Hello everyone, it's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I'm outside. It's bright, y'all. It is bright out here. Let me just show you. It's a beautiful day here in Ligonier. It is about 80 degrees, so 80 degrees and very, very bright. I'm still getting used to it. I was inside in the store all day. So I thought today we'd take a walk around Ligonier, and I know that many of you have seen these videos already, but our town changes pretty often, actually, with all the stores and coming in and going out, and especially like over the pandemic, things changed a lot. So I figured, what a beautiful day to just take a tour and take a look around town. Let me see who's here with us. Sorry, I'm going to be squinting probably most of the time until I turn the camera around and you can't see me. But let's see. Marianne says, I want a downtown view of 2 other PA towns I've just heard about. What are those? I don't know if they're close to us. PA is actually a pretty big state. Some people don't realize it, but we're a pretty wide state. It takes a while to get across. About 6 hours or so driving across the state. But let me know if they're close. Maybe we'll do one sometime. Hello, Suzanne. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Norma is here with us. Marianne says, can you send me about 20 degrees today? Hey, let's even it out at 60 for both of us. I don't think I would mind that at all. All right. Well, I'm not going to take too much time having you stare at me while I squint. So let me flip this around. And let me see, maybe, as my eyes start to water, that camera. All right, here we go. So we are walking down West Main Street, and hopefully you can still hear me. Sometimes it flips the microphone to the front, and because it is quitting time, there's a lot of traffic right now. And so this is West Main Street, and I'm coming down, this is our side of the street here, this is north side of the street, and we're taking a walk around here. There's not many businesses here after this point on this side. Many of them are over here on that side, on the south side of the street. Pam is off to work. Sorry you can't stay with us, but I'm glad you could tune in for a little bit. But I just want to show you too. Look at the beautiful flowers and bees on some of our trees right now. It's gorgeous here in the spring. Hello, how are you doing? And some of our trees have leaves. Oh, and it smells so good. Hopefully my allergies don't kick up too hard though. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Marianne wants some of the green grass too. Marianne says Paradise, PA. I don't know where that is actually. We have a lot of weird state names. There's Intercourse, PA, I think. There's Paradise. I don't know if we have a Hell, PA too. I can't remember. Maybe a Hell Town. I can't remember. Yeah, a lot of interesting names for Pennsylvania towns sometimes. Nancy, I'm riding along on your virtual tour. It's what I can do with limited mobility. Always happy to help. And we always love showing off our town. So I'm going to go a little further today than I sometimes do. And the reason is that 1, it's so beautiful, and 2, we have never really gone down and showed you what is down further on this end of town. We always talk about how there are more things down there, but there are ways down. But today we're going to take a look. Today we're going to take a look. And I'm sorry that I'm bouncing, and it looks like you're walking with me. I didn't bring my gimbal today. It wasn't charged up, so you just have to handle with my hands today. Marianne says, yes, intercourse, hell, yeah. Susan says, it's a beautiful day in Ligonier. She would know, she's our neighbor. Yes, it is a beautiful day in Ligonier. It's an absolutely gorgeous day in Ligonier. And we're gonna cross the street here in just a little bit. So we have a number of different salons and hairstylists here in town. This is one of them here on West Main Street. This is Pamela's Golden Touch at 322 West Main Street. And once this other car goes by, we're going to jump across the other side because that's where most everything is. So in here, as you can see, Greenhouse Winery is going to move in. And we have Artisan Handmade Market here. And this is a really popular place. This is Joio's, Rosalie's Joio's, Little Italy. This is a restaurant. They are well known here in town for their sweet sauce. They have a sweet red sauce that people who like sweet pizza or sweet sauce, they come here all the time. We have people that come from all over in the neighboring towns just to order from there. Many of our customers and regulars often order from there. This is Shear Design. So this is another stylist here. And over here you have the old, the railroad used to come through here. So right there is the old building for the railroad. I'm blanking on what they're called. But one of the schools, I believe the school owns that now, and they use it for office space. And then just past that, which I'm not going to walk all the way down there, but you can kind of see it through there, is our Giant Eagle. That's our grocery store. I don't know if you have Giant Eagles around you, but we have that here, and it is a family-owned Giant Eagle. Generally, we don't have franchises or things like that in town unless they are owned by, like owned outright by a family. So we're going to turn around here and walk back up. And we have over here, we have First Walk. So this is our local Chinese food restaurant. They do Chinese food, they do sushi and Japanese food as well. And they are excellent. So if you're in town and you're looking for Chinese, that's a perfect place to go. The family has owned that for a long time, and they've been in town for a very long time. And then over here, you don't always think about them, but this is MacDar. It's plumbing and heating. So if you're having plumbing issues, like we did a year or two ago in our store, between having some of our septic lines replaced and having our air conditioning unit replaced as well, MacDar came in and did that in the store. And then many of these are residential buildings through here, so I'm not going to point too much of the camera toward them.
Everything is so bright, it's ridiculously bright.
Let's see, Susan wants the pizza. I know, it sounds good, right? Even though we just had pizza yesterday. Susan says, very few pizzerias in my city do the classic look anymore. I know, I like the classic look, right? I think it's really cool. Here's Vernon Real Estate. And I just want to give them a plug because they actually helped us get our house. So they were really instrumental in helping us secure our house funding, and we're very thankful for them. So that's 305 West Main Street. And then over here, I'm probably going to be out of out of breath through most of this. So sorry about that. I'm not used to talking and walking or walking quickly at the same time. So if you hear me panting over here, sorry about that. This is Main Exhibit Gallery. So this is the Sarofchuks, and they own Main Exhibit Gallery. They have a beautiful building here that they've, within the last probably 5 or 6 years, they added on and built a great gallery space in the back. And they are next month, I believe it's next month, they are going to have their show at the local museum. It's going to be Mandy Sarofchuk, Paul, and Claire, their daughter. And Claire's doing oil paintings. Mandy does stained glass, and Paul does wooden furniture, contemporary furniture. So they're going to be doing an exhibition in the Southern Allegheny Museum, SAMA, in Ligonier here, I think starting next month. And they also, this is where Andrew and I took pottery classes, and I got hooked on trying pottery, and I got a pottery wheel because of that, so hopefully I'll be using that someday soon. And then they also teach stained glass classes. They're doing a fun art journaling class, and they are also doing oil painting classes that Claire is teaching. So wonderful classes here, great friends, we love them a lot. And we actually interviewed Mandy for our podcast. So if you didn't listen to that podcast episode, you can find that on Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. It's Mandy Sarofchuk, Main Exhibit Gallery. Let's see, Norma says, I love the colorful paint job on that business. I know, they're building so beautiful, nice brick building. Suzanne says, Covington used to look like this, but so much city flight has changed it drastically. Yeah, that happens, right? Susan says, pizza in my city is unrecognizable to outsiders. I thought it was because so many of the Italian restaurateurs were from Sicily. Why is it then if that's not the case? Let's see. Sue says, love that older home with the big wraparound porches. There are beautiful homes here. Beautiful homes. Now in this building, we have a number of different businesses. Some capital, some investment people, financial people. This, if you remember our friend Carmen from the Pink Pagoda, we did an Around the Town series with her. She used to be right next to us, but she moved out and she is now over here. So she has the Pink Pagoda and she has BPL Design Group, which is her interior design and home remodeling business. And then we have the Fort Construction Group here. And then Boss Intelligent Building Services, which I don't actually know what they do. I've never been in there. Need to say hi to the problem is I don't get to say hi to new people too often because I'm working 7 days a week and they're all open at the same time I'm open, right? Here we have the Colonial House on Main. This is a bed and breakfast. If you're coming to town, great place to stay. And that is literally right catty corner from us at Allegory Gallery. Susan says it's very flat cracker-like crust topped with provolone or provolone and mozzarella cheeses. That sounds good. I love a thin crust, y'all. The thinner the better. And cracker-like would be nice to keep it nice and hard so it doesn't get soft on you. Okay, so in here we have, this is Thistledown. This is a bed and breakfast. More like, it's considered, I guess, more a hotel and cafe. And you have Sweet Rust, farm-to-table restaurant that just last year moved in here. And they have PA Libations, which is their wine, spirits, and beer store in there as well. And they do outside live music very often. And they have a wonderful menu, depending on what kind of things you like. But they do things export. They do pheasant, bison. So if you're looking, they have wild boar medallions. So if you're looking for things like that, they also have great salads, lots of things. But you can check them out online, Sweet Rust, here in Ligonier. This used to be, so right now, this used to be the Seeger mansion from the Seeger family, which is why you see maybe Thistledown at Seeger House. But then it was the hospital here in town, and one of the leftovers from that is the parking spaces right here in front of it are super big because they had to make room for ambulances, is what I'm told. So the parking spots in front of here had to be sectioned off for ambulances at one point, and they've never changed. So they have super big parking spaces in front. Easy, very easy to park in, which is great. And then it became doctor's offices. I think it was an Excella Health for a while, and then a family bought it and turned it into the bed and breakfast. Oh, Andrew says that the boss was Kristen's from Book Club's husband. I think they have to do with sound. That's interesting. Check that out. Terry says, how many people are in your town? In our downtown, right here in the borough, we have 1,500 people. And I'm not sure the numbers in the further reaching township. I don't know if it's 20,000. Andrew can check on that while he's there. Yes, this used to be Bo Peep Yarn Shop, but they closed their yarn shop. And so let's take a look across the street here. We have, of course, Allegory Gallery. We have Sensational Ideas, which is our neighbors who have the candle shop. We have our tattoo gallery right there. So they do tattooing right next to us. And over here, we have the Diamond Theater. So the Diamond Theater is owned by a family. They do current running movies most weekends. And then, so that's this small door right there. And then this here is called Quacked Glass. And they specialize in stained glass and plants. Oh, Andrew says township population is 6,400. So 1,500 in the borough and 6,400 in the township. So we're a very small town. Very small town. And we have Dollar Bank. We also have Somerset Trust, which is a bank down there that a lot of people enjoy going to. We have Joe's Bar over here, which is an old-fashioned bar. One of the few bars in this area that you can still smoke in if you're a smoker. And then over here we have Ligonier Lanes, which is our bowling alley. We're lucky to have a bowling alley in town, which is quite fun. We often bring guests there. And next to the bowling alley, we have the Wicked Googly, which is a bar right here. So in with Ligonier Lanes, they all connect. So you have the bar in there, and they have food and drinks, and then you have the bowling alley next door. Oh yeah, as Andrew said, Carmen is selling her house. When we come back, I will talk a little bit about her house when we come back to the store. So this is another bank, Commercial Bank and Trust. A lot of banks in town. Watching as I cross. And I'm gonna skip the other side. We'll talk about that as we come back around. And hopefully my phone stays charged. This is Ligonier Tavern and Table. This is a restaurant in town. Beautiful house. Well, it used to be a house, now a restaurant. It's been a restaurant for many, 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 many years. And in the summer, sometimes they have a rooftop deck, and I think they're working on renovating that. But it's a great place to eat in town. Davies Real Estate right here. Knupp's Barber is over here, so barber shop. This is Betsy's of Ligonier. It's a women's clothing store, and they are well known for their mannequins, their fun mannequins. I don't know if you can see that with all the glare. But they have great mannequins in their window. And it's one of these Ligonier staples in town for women's clothing. And over here we have Ligonier Outfitters and Newsstand. They are the Orvis store in town. They have Patagonia. And we did an around the town video with them as well. If you don't know what I mean by around the town, we used to go around town and into other shops to show them to you all. The pandemic kind of crushed that for a little while, but we may get it started back up. We'll see. We may expand it a little bit, but we have a Facebook page for that allegory gallery around the town that you can join if you want to join that page if we get it back up and running. This is the Anna Lynn Boutique, and they just have like a mix of beautiful, cool, fun stuff. So this is kind of their springtime window with all these little critters in here. They have some note cards, just candles, cards, bath bombs, things like that. And then right next to them is John Clark, which is the goldsmith here in town. And he makes wonderful jewelry, does a lot of things with, let's see if I can get it right, with our bandstand in town. Beautiful things there. Gisele's Elegant Junk has moved in here. This used to be the American Indian store, it was called. They moved out. I'm honestly not sure what happened, but Gisele's Elegant Junk moved in from the other side of town and moved in there. We have an orthodontist here. We have another one at the end of town as well, near the Giant Eagle. This is O'Shea's Candies. So, wonderful candy shop with homemade fudge and gummies, all different kinds of candy. Gourmet popcorn. They have artisan cheese in there from a local cheesemaker. It's a Ligonier sweet shop. And then they also have the Life is Good store, which is a brand of shirts and clothing that is all about life is good. And then right here, we have Rachel's Floral. So this is our floral shop. So if you're looking to send flowers to anyone in town, you can call Rachel's Floral, and they will be happy to help you. Andrew says the cheesemaker there is one of our neighbors. Yeah, they just came into town and built a house. Well, they renovated a house in a property very close to where we live. And then here's the Diamond Cafe. It's kind of, you know, they have nice big signs at least, but it's kind of in this little alleyway, which is really cool. And they're a wonderful little cafe if you need to catch a quick meal. And then we have many churches in town. This is just one of them here. And if we're still going at 6 o'clock, you'll hear the church bells. If you've ever watched our outdoor videos, you've probably heard them already. Norma says, yum, their chocolate is so good. It is, right? It is. Andrew says she also does arrangements so you can bring your own flowers and she'll do them up. I didn't know that. See that? That's good to know. Susan loves the mannequins at Betsy's. Yeah, aren't they great? So we're gonna carefully watch here, and then we're gonna cross. Here's the Ligonier Creamery. They do ice cream. Hey, how are you? Good. They do ice cream and, you know, whatever a creamery would do, right? Lots of soft serve. Here's the Black Bunny Boutique. It's a women's and men's clothing store. She's recently brought in some men's clothing. And they are located here for now, but they are going to be moving. They just bought a building in town, right here, El Vaquero Mexicano. So this is the Mexican restaurant in town, and they have this part of it right here, and they are awesome. It's run by an authentic Mexican family, and they have great, great food. So if you're looking for Mexican food in the area, please check them out. They have lots of space for parties and events as well. This whole room is pretty much an event room on this side, and then they have their regular restaurant on that side. Here is the Go Laurel Highlands Visitor Bureau. So this is another group in town that helps to promote the Laurel Highlands, which is where we're located. And they're great at promoting. They have lots of information. If you're looking for something to do when you're in the area, they have lots of books and brochures about events and things happening in town. I didn't go down South Market. I meant to go down South Market. Let's go down. Andrew's talking about down South Market, and I want to do that because we've never really gone down there very often. Gracias. Vuelven pronto. Come back soon, everybody. Come back soon.
You all set? Yeah.
So let's go back here, because I meant to do this. I wanted to go down the side streets. Well, it's not side streets. These are actually the main streets in town. So there's a number of businesses down here. And across the street, right there, that used to be Junk Monkey Paint. If y'all remember, we did a little video with them. But it is now the Wooden Mantle, and they have all different kinds of antiques and collectibles and lots of great stuff in there. So if you've not been in there and you're from around here, definitely check them out. And over here is Connections Cafe. So they have fair trade gifts, they have fresh salads, gourmet cheeses, they do pizzas on the grill outside in the summer oftentimes. And they have lots and lots of great vegetarian and vegan options for salads and food. So if you're like us, it's a great place to be. Encore Emporium is right there across the street. We did an around the town with them at one point as well. So if you didn't see that, but they are a lot of consignment clothing and all different kinds of home goods and things like that in there. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely check them out as well. And look as I cross over here. Andrew says, I want a grilled pizza, right? Me too. And over there is the LV Pharmacy, and that's my pharmacy. There are two pharmacies, actually three in town. There's one in the Giant Eagle, there's one here, and there's one over where we looked at the bowling alley. And I should have gone down that little area too to show you the pharmacy there, but I didn't. And over here, this is Fort Ligonier. And I don't know if I have a camera. Let me see if I have a camera that's going to take us further in. Telephoto. Does that take us? There we go. So you can see some of the reconstructed fort buildings here, and you can actually go tour all the way up on the hill. And this is the fort's museum and information center here. And so if you're a history person and you want to see what Ligonier is all about, this is Fort Ligonier from the French and Indian War. French and Indian War. So let me go ahead, I'm going to make my camera back to my normal camera because this is too zoomed in for normal times. All right, what's Andrew saying? Saying there's a news store tucked back there called Heart and Soul. Yeah, it's over here, and there's actually, I think, I wanted to say there's a locksmith in there too nowadays, but I can't remember if they're there or if they're up a few. So let me see, there's no traffic coming. Let me cross the street here. So Encore Emporium, upscale new and consignment apparel and accessories, Heart and Soul, small town boutique. And they are back there. So many new shops I have to check in on. Hey, how's it going? Good, how's it going?
Good.
Doing alive. So make sure you stop in here. This is again the wooden mantle. And here, Ken's keys. So they are now in here. Okay, I'm gonna jump across the street because this is a good time to do that. All right. Now we're coming back up around the creamery again, and the Mexican restaurant, and Black Bunny, and Go Laurel Highlands. Hey Cindy, thanks for joining us. Can you zoom into Sama? Maybe. I don't know. Sama is down across the main highway. I don't think I can zoom that far. I just wish they put something where the toy store was. I know I didn't even do that because it's a home now, I think. But here is the future home of G Squared. So this used to be a bank. It was Mellon Bank. And then it was another bank, which I can't remember. And now okay, I think we're back. So let me flip this around. I don't know why it knocked me off. I have full signal here. We're on cellular signal, obviously. All right, so as I was saying, this building is going to be G Squared now, which is currently, or was, right up there. But they are going to be moving into here, which is awesome. They're very excited about that. As soon as they knew that was available, they started looking into it. The owner told me, and she was very excited to get that spot. Across the street, we'll go across the street when I come back. Up here we have Celtic culture, goods from Ireland in the British Isles. Over here we have second chapter books, but they also have a ton of different consignment stuff, jewelry. If you recognize this building, for all those who've been following us since 2011, this was Allegory Gallery's first home. And then over here we have Kathy's Creations. If you don't know Kathy Zimmerman, she's a really well-known yarn artist, I'll say. But they teach classes here on crochet and knitting. And it is the yarn shop in town, in Ligonier now. There used to be two, now there is one. One left remaining. We have Colonial Gold and Silver. They buy coins, bullion, jewelry. They can give you prices on things if you have any old coins and things like that. We have the VFW here. So this is the VFW in town. And let's jump across the street. Andrew said she's the original. Yes, Kathy is the original yarn shop and is still here. Norma says, I've been in that yarn shop. Isn't it great? And here we have Crumpets and Wandering Spirits. So Wandering Spirits has Pennsylvania-made goods and libations, and Crumpets is our tea shop in town. So Crumpets is on the first floor, Wandering Spirits up on the second floor. Tea shop and libations. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is Angels on Call. Angels on Call. It's a home care specialist. We have an optometrist here in town. And Over here we have C Shoemaker, which is a custom clothier, and they do custom designed men's clothing mostly. I think it's mostly men's clothing, which I have yet to get one, but I love the look of that blazer. You probably can't see it with all the glare. And Piecework Sewing. So they have alterations, formal wear, casual wear, miscellaneous sewing. Kingfisher, this is the other coffee place in town. You'll see the other one as we go back. Andrew says, if anyone has 350K to loan us, we'll buy the Mommy Gear building. I'll come back. When I come back the other way, I'll show you the Mommy Gear building. This is Kingfisher Cafe. They have great bagels, coffee, lots of good stuff in there. They are selling, so if you are interested in acquiring a business in Ligonier, you can give them a call. I do not know what the going rate is, but they are trying to sell. This is Georgia's stationery. I did a live around the town with Georgia when she moved in, and they have great things as far as stationery. She does custom stationery work. Our friend Melissa used to have the stationery shop here, and she sold the shop to Georgia. So they have like fun placemats and place cards, and you can do custom invitations and things like that. Eco Loft, that's a new one to me. I haven't actually been in there yet, which is apparently taking the upstairs. Home and Beauty Boutique. I'll have to check that out. I've not been in there. That's a new one since I've been down this way last. Here's the Strawberry Crow. We have done an around the town with the Strawberry Crow. They have lots of Americana stuff and handmade goods. I don't know if you can see, they also have great candles in there too. And over here, we have a Victorian Manor. This is our friend Carol's place. And there are a bunch of antique vendors in there. So lots of great antique vendors. And you also have an attorney, Corey Riddle is the attorney here. Next door, we have the old library, which is an Airbnb right now, I believe. And across the street up there, you have Swansdown. They have antiques. And they also do a lot of business on eBay with their antiques. So let me jump across here. I think it's a good time to jump across the street. And most of the things on this block are all residential. I know they were trying to sell this house. This could be a possible commercial property, I believe. It was at one point. Hey, good, how are you? Good. So we're going down here and I will show you what's on the first block mainly. Like I said, these are mostly residential right here. Hello, Vivian, thanks for tuning in. Oh, Andrew says Etsy. I thought it was eBay. Etsy. Swansdown on Etsy. And this used to be a spa, and they are doing a lot of construction on it right now. I have heard that it's going to be a meat market in town, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. You know how the rumors start in a small town, you never know. But we'll see what that ends up being. And I don't know why I crossed already because I want to go back down here. Let's go down here. So if anyone wants to give us $350,000, we can, with that money, secure this building. So this is the Mommy Gear building. They do clothing and everything you need if you're having a baby and you need supplies. So baby sunscreen, hats, glasses, clothing, anything for your expecting mommy and the baby. And they have it here. So that's the downstairs. There are two rentals above, which are, I think, fully rented out. There's also a basement, which if you've come to any of our creative weekends that we've done, when we used to do those and bring in teachers like Christy Friesen and Heather Powers, and many, many more, we used to have some of our classes down in their basement because it's a great space with nice hard floors, concrete floors, and there's a little kitchen down there. So this building is for sale. I believe it's $350,000. If anybody wants to give us the money, we'll be happy to take it and buy this building with it so that Allegory Gallery could have a permanent home with lots of space to hold lots of great classes. Pam's asking the population again. Someone else asked that before. 1,500 in the borough, 67, I think Andrew said 6,700 in the township. So less than 10,000 people total. Less than 9,000 people total. All right, now we're going to try and cross the street here again. This is the McCabe Funeral Home. So we have a funeral home here. There's also another funeral home down that way. Vivian's back to work. Thank you for joining us. Diane says, what a great building. It is. It is such a great building. We wish we could get it, but it is out of our budget right now. This is Laurel Highlands olive oil. So they do olive oil and I believe balsamic vinegars. In there they also have some wood products and handmade wood products, glass. So if you're looking for good olive oil, it's there. All right, so this is where G Squared used to be, and since they decided to move down there, the Kitchen on Main, which is a great restaurant here, many, many people come to town just to eat here. They are expanding to something called the Pantry. The Pantry by the Kitchen on Main, which is curated handmade goods. So we'll see what that's all about. We'll see what that's all about when they open. The Kitchen on Main also has the kitchen wine cellar right down here. And that wine cellar, there's also, I believe, a private dining room down there as well that you can rent out for a special occasion. This building is our town hall. Marianne says 2 funeral homes for less than 9,000 people. I know, right? We are kind of a retirement community. Unfortunately, I say, many of our young people leave us and don't stay in the area. And I wish they did. I wish there'd be more young people opening stores and things like that. But right now, a lot of people come back to retire here after they've gone away for a while. This is our town hall. There is a large chamber in there for presentations and meetings. And then in the town hall is our borough office, the Ligonier Borough Office, tax office, the Chamber of Commerce. Our Chamber of Commerce is in here. And the Township Tax Office is there as well. This was Martin's. Martin's was the oldest store in town, and they have just decided to close. And they sold their building. So this building has been sold to the Black Bunny, which we saw over there. So they are going to be moving in here. And our friends at Song of Sixpence are going to be moving over to where Black Bunny is. And I'll show you their store in a little bit when we get over there. This is the Holiday Home Store. And if you are looking for anything holiday related, they have it. So they have ornaments, like Christmas tree ornaments, but they have ornaments for every occasion. They have something for pretty much every holiday you can imagine. There are things in this store for it. And here we have On the Diamond Antiques. And this is a great place if you are looking for antiques. Jeff has a ton of wonderful antiques in here. We have been guilty of spending a lot of time in here every once in a while and picking up a few things. Would you like a vintage Louis Vuitton golf bag? They have it today. Who knows if they'll have it tomorrow? Who knows if that's really cool though. Who knew Louis Vuitton had golf bags? $1,250, anybody, if you're looking for one of those for a gift or for yourself. Andrew says, I love that antique store, such a cool collection. It really is. Here we have the Post and Rail Men's Shop, one of the few men's shops in town for clothing. We're getting more. We have a men's tailor or a men's clothier now. We have Post and Rail, and even our friends at Black Bunny have men's clothing now, a limited selection. But they always have fun socks in here. I love their socks. And right here we have the Beauty Boutique. They have lots of beauty supplies and things for, you know, comfort and relaxation in here. We're gonna go up here a little bit, up the street. Andrew says it's like musical chairs. It is. All the stores move around. We've moved around 3 times in 12 years. This is the Toy Soldier Gallery. So they do pretty much for adults. They do like hand-painted toy soldiers and toys, and they do a big business online as well. But they have lots of great things in there. I have not been in there in a while, but he is also a world-class fencer, and he teaches fencing classes over here at the YMCA. So I am really excited. Someday I want to get over there and start taking some fencing classes. I did a little bit of fencing in college, just taking classes, didn't do competitively, but I would love to start that back up again. But it wore me out in college, so I got to get in shape before I decide to do that. Or maybe doing that will help me get in shape, I don't know. Marianne says most toy soldier aficionados are adults. It's true. So over here, we have Fox's Pizza. So this is where we get pizza sometimes. And there used to be Nails by Erica, but Fox's Pizza is now taking over Nails by Erica. And they are expanding to have an actual dining room in there. So that's really lovely. And then up here is Carol and Dave's Roadhouse. So that's a restaurant across there. One of our favorites in town. They're all our favorites. But we often take people to Carol and Dave's because they have a wide selection of food for everybody, and it's always consistently good. This is the Onyx and Ivory Boutique. This is a new women's clothing store. Let's see if we can peek in here. You probably can't see much with the glare. We're like right at the time when the sun is all there. But they have wonderful women's clothing. And then up here we have the Juniper Beauty Bar. So, you know, it's a beauty bar. Get your nails done, get your hair done. Over here is the YMCA. And I'm gonna go back down here. We're gonna, at some point, when it gets a little quieter, cross the street. Pam says, the town looks rather up and coming. What is the closest large city? Our closest large city is Pittsburgh. We're 60 miles from Pittsburgh, so about an hour away to the west. We are to the east of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's to the west. And it's not so much up and coming as has always been here. Ligonier has been a small town with a real vibrant main street for a very long time. And hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Good. I'll be in tomorrow. So that is my hairstylist, Doreen, and that is Hair Parade. That's where I get my hair cut. And then we have the finishing touch over here, which is a home goods and kind of personal goods shop. They carry the Beekman Boys stuff here in town. And I think while we're here, depending on the traffic, we've got a lot of traffic behind me. Let's see how much traffic is coming up. I think we're going to sneak over. We have this roundabout here in town. We're going to sneak over and we're going to head to the center here, which is our center of town. We call this the Diamond. The Diamond went through reconstruction in 2018. This is our bandstand. Don't dare call it a gazebo, everybody. This is the bandstand in town. And this was all renovated. New trees, new plants, all this seating was put in. There are heated sidewalks around here. This is where Andrew and I got married. If you watched that marriage ceremony, we live streamed. So this is just a beautiful place to come hang out in town. And they did have to replace a lot of trees here because they were dying. So the trees are new growth. They used to have nice big shade trees, but they had to replace those. So I'm gonna go over here. Sometimes it's a little easier to get across the street. Over here. I'm gonna cross right now. And then we're gonna come back over here. And I have to reiterate, we are so very lucky to have a town that has all these small shops and really takes care of the area. So many of the towns here in Pennsylvania, especially in Western Pennsylvania, have kind of fallen apart and their main streets are gone. This is Mill Creek Furniture. They do handcrafted furniture. And this is Abigail's Coffee House. And this is where I get most of my coffee, most every day. They know me, they know my order. I just go in and hand them the money. They already know what I want. And we did an around the town video of them after they did their remodeling inside. So if you want to watch that, you can check our around the town on that. We have the Masonic Lodge here in Ligonier, Diamond Haircuts here, and the Ligonier Echo, which is the local newspaper since 1888. Since 1888. Andrew says Mill Creek also has a distillery. I've never been in there for that. And then our friend, Patty, does music here. She teaches music lessons, voice and piano. And you can book an appointment for her, with her, if you want to learn. I should take voice lessons, believe me. And then this building here is our library. So the library underwent renovations a few years ago and improved and added on to their building. So it's a beautiful building, really great library. And Paul Sarofchuk, who we talked about at Main Exhibit Gallery, he did a lot of the furniture for the new addition and the renovated library. I love this. This right here is the library quiet room, specifically quiet room, no cell phones, no nothing like that allowed. And you can go in there and just sit and read magazines or read your books. This is our post office. This is where every single one of your shipments come out of. Over 12 years, we can probably count on one hand how many have been lost in transit. They do an amazing job of making sure they start off their way to you really well here in Ligonier. We love our local post office. Andrew said the wood that he used for those pieces of furniture in the library were from the trees on the Diamond. Many of them were from the old trees that were starting to die. He acquired that wood and turned it into furniture. They also, in their gallery, they have pens and cutting boards made out of diamond wood. I don't know how many they have left. It's been a few years. This is the Tree House, and the Tree House is a children's clothing shop. And then over here we have Paws on Main. Paws on Main is a pet boutique, and they have lots of fun stuff for your pets, including edible goods for your pets, toys, food, lots of stuff. And if you know our friend Diane Davis, who often joins us on our lives, she sells her bandanas and bow ties in there for pets. Here we have My Honeybee. My Honeybee is a wonderful gift boutique. And if you have not seen, we did, I think, 2 different around the towns with my honeybee at 2 different years. And if you are interested in seeing those, you can. They just have amazing things. Anytime I need a gift from my mom or my aunt or a family or friend, I check in here because they have wonderful things, whether it's soaps, little food goods, clothing, wallets, purses. They have great things at my honeybee, and we love Brenda, who owns it. Brenda's also a veteran. And oh yeah, Andrew says the tree house is also for sale. She's retiring. She would like to keep the business going. Hey, how are you? So this is Roman's Pizza back here, and they have amazing pizza, y'all. Amazing pizza. So if you're looking for pizza, you can come here. They do it by the slice during the day. They have lunch there. They have in seating, or you can dine out. And we do mostly pickup. I don't think I've ever actually stayed to eat. We always grab it to go. They have a lot of great like specialty pizzas, which we love. One of theirs is the Abominable Snowman, which is a white pizza, which is delicious. You've probably seen many pictures of pizza from us. Andrew says order dinner. Here we have Song of Sixpence. The Song of Sixpence used to be Peg Palmer's shop. Peg then sold it to her friend Natalie. Well, actually, she sold it to her friend Stephanie, who owns the Black Bunny. And Stephanie sold it to Natalie. And then Natalie sold it to her friend Dawn, who owns Quacked Glass, which I talked about really quickly at the kind of toward the beginning of this. And Song of Sixpence is going to be moving way over there where Black Bunny was. So Black Bunny's going across the street. Song of Sixpence is going over there. Who knows what will fill this space when Song of Sixpence leaves? And they're a women's clothing store too. All right, and we're coming back across where I started during the beginning of this. And we have Joe's Bar here again. Joe's Bar is not for those who are in PETA. But they have, Joe used to be a big game hunter, and so they pretty much have a museum of big game stuff. And we have done some videos from there sometimes too. Heather's asking if Ligonier Tavern is still here. Yes, the Ligonier Tavern is right there, but it's called Ligonier Tavern and Table now. It's under new ownership from probably when you used to come to see it. This is our district judge, magisterial district judge. Here again is the theater. So this is where the theater is, the entrance to the theater. They are showing Super Mario Brothers movie here this weekend. And then we have Quack Glass Studio here. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What you got there? Oh no. Oh no. How are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you.
You too. And here, Quack Glass just added on, and they added on a place where you can get lots of beautiful green plants and succulents. And I have not yet been able to get in there with my schedule to see the new addition, but that's here now too. And this is what Andrew was talking about. So our friend Carmen, who owns the Pink Pagoda, she has renovated this house and she is selling this house. It's a beautiful house. She's done a very good job on it. So this is also can be commercial space. So you can turn it into residential or commercial, whichever you prefer. She had her store in the downstairs for a while before she moved across the street down there. So if you're looking for a beautiful house in town, right next to us and the tattoo shop and the theater, you can see her house at the Berkshire Hathaway website. This is Cecilia's tattoo. That's who we just passed, one of them, going by. And they were the first tattoo shop in town, and that was a big thing when they first moved into town. At one point we had 2 tattoo shops. Now we have Cecilia's is down to, they were the first and they are the only right now. And then of course us here at Allegory Gallery and Sensational Ideas and gifts and candles. And there we are. Let me flip this camera back around. Hello again, everybody. So, thank you for joining me. I'm glad to be getting a haircut tomorrow. My hair is wild right now. I'm trying to get out of the sun so I don't squint at you too much. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of our town and saw a lot of great things. Hopefully it incentivizes you all to come visit us. There's so much to do. It's not like one of those places where you're just coming to see the bead store if you come into town. You have a lot to see. And a lot of places to visit. I recommend do not come on a Monday, y'all. Monday is the day where most of the merchants are closed. So come during the week or come on a Saturday. That's the best time to come in. Andrew says they're celebrating a year in business. Yes, sensational candles. Our friends here celebrating 1 year in business. And our friends at Abigail's Cafe, starting on the 30th, they're going to have a week-long celebration of their 25th year in business. So that's pretty awesome, I think. 25 years in business. So lots of anniversaries and celebrations going on here over the next few weeks. So again, thank you so very much. Norma says, great tour, William. I always love seeing Ligonier. Wish I could be in person. Come on down. Come on down again. See us in person again. It'd be a great time to see everybody. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, or morning, or afternoon, whatever it is where you're at. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Don't forget, we are still having a sale on our website. It's a 20% sale. Use discount code NEWSITE, because we updated our website and we want you to try it out and see what you think about it. And we're also trying to process some orders to make sure everything goes smoothly. So take advantage of that. That's going to run through the weekend here. And Andrew's planning, I think, on debuting some paintings soon. So keep an eye out for that. And Friday is going to be our Design Challenge Mix Rose Quartz Creative Make-Along on Zoom. So the link for all of that is on our calendar of events page on our website. You can check out the dates and the links there, and be sure to join us. The times are also there. So be sure to join us all this week for lots of fun, lots of things going on, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye, everybody.